Hi everyone! Welcome again to my channel, Math is Fun channel. This is an educational channel to help the people out there, especially the students who are doing the online classes, who are answering their modules. So this is very helpful to improve your skills in mathematics. And always remember, this channel will help you change your perspective that math is not a difficult subject, but it's easy, fun, and interesting. So are you ready for our next video discussion? Yes, you are ready. But before we start, I want you to please click subscribe. And before you subscribe, please watch the video first before you subscribe. And please click like button and also share this one to your friends out there, especially who need this math lesson or video discussion. So I hope you'll be able to subscribe my channel and also the video. So feel free and have fun. So now let's proceed to our next topic for this video discussion. In this video discussion, so we will focus on solving inequalities. So before anything else, let's try to define first what are inequality signs. How do we define inequality signs? What is inequality? So as you can see, an inequality is like an equation, but instead of an equal sign, we use what? One of these four signs. As you can see, we use less than, we use less than or equal to, we use greater than, and we use greater than or equal to. So can you follow? So I believe you are following now. So we use these four symbols rather, for inequality. So now let's proceed to another concept for this. When we say x is less than 5, that means whatever value for your x has, it must be less than 5. In short, 5 is not included. So it's below 5, the value of your x. Okay, in that given x is less than 5. Another concept in here is x is greater than or equal to -2. That means whatever value of your x has, it must be greater than or equal to -2. Therefore, -2 is included in here. Okay? Are you following? I hope you're following. Again, -2 is included in here. So our value is -2 and up. So next, graphing rules. It's very important for us to know the graphing rules in here, okay? So what are the graphing rules in inequalities? As you can see, we use this symbol, okay? And again, this symbol, less than, means open, circle. And also the direction of arrow is going to the left. For this one, greater than, circle is open, and the direction of the arrow is going to the right. And less than or equal to, it's closed, then the direction of arrow is going to the left. And greater than or equal to, that's closed, the circle, and then the direction of arrow is going to the right. So please remember, um, when we say open, it uses, or this is the circle, open circles, as you can see here, this one, the circle. So when we say closed circle, so it's shaded when we have close, okay? So open means we can have it like this. We can use this symbol, sometimes parentheses. And also for the closed, we can use brackets. So I hope you'll be able to follow this one. When we have this one, less than or equal, less than or greater than rather, that means not included. So later I will expound this one. What do you mean by not included? And also this one, this means included. So again, these two, less than or greater than, are included. What I mean, not included, so sorry. Again, less than or equal to, the open circles, they are not included. And also for the less than or equal to and greater than or equal to, that means they are included. In short, the closed circle are included. So please do not forget that one. Let's have an example in here. So we have x is less than 5. X is less than 5, that gives you what? Okay, to graph it, of course, you need to graph using the number line. Locate a 5. And of course, it's going to the left because we use less than. And as you can see for your 5, the circle is open. That means 5 is not included. And to describe its solution set, we can say that the solution set of x is less than 5. That means the value of your x is below 5. Okay, because it's going to the left. Another example is x is greater than -2. So use the number line, locate -2. And since it uses greater than, then we have it open circle. So that gives you -2 going to the right. That means -2 is not included and the value or the solution set of your x are values below what I mean greater than -2. Okay? So greater than -2 because it's going to the right. Another example, x is less than or equal to -8. So we use less than or equal to. So meaning to say -8 is included. So it is closed. So as you can see, -8 is included. So it's shaded, it's closed, the ball. So that means the value or the solution set of your x are -8 and below. So -8 is included. So in here, x is greater than or equal to 4. We use as greater than or equal to 4. That means 4 is included. So as we graph it, so we have it 4, locate 4, and it is going to the right side of the number line. So that means the solution set of your x are 4 and up. So I hope you'll be able to recognize what are solutions that are included and not included. So next, let's try to solve one-step inequalities or solving linear inequalities. So as you can see there, x over 5 is equal to 10. Then what will we do is multiply both sides by the reciprocal of the coefficient. That gives you 5 times x over 5 equals 10 times 5. So x is equal to 50. In short, I am showing how we solve linear equations before we solve the linear inequalities, okay? So in linear equation, we solve like this. So how do we solve linear inequalities? Again, because it's same with, again, solving linear inequalities are just the same as how we solve linear equations. So we have to review about linear or solving linear equation, as you can see. So let's try to do the solving one step of inequalities. This time, we're trying to solve for your solution set of the linear inequality. As I have said, it is like or same with solving linear equation. So as you can see, 5x greater than 20, then divide both sides by the coefficient of x. So as how we do it in linear equation. So we divide both sides by 5, cancel 5, and then x is greater than 20 divided by 5 is 4. So x is greater than 4. Let's see if our answer is correct. Correct, x is greater than 4. So see, same as how we solve in linear equation, but there's also a difference in here. Let's find it later. Are you excited? Yeah. So solving inequalities is the same as solving equations. So there are only two things you need to know in here. What are these two things? First is if you multiply, again, I highlight the word multiply or divide. When you multiply or divide by a negative number, you must switch the sign. So you must switch the sign of inequality. If it is greater than, it turns into less than. If it is less than, it turns into greater than. If it is less than or equal to, that gives you or that switch into greater than or equal to. If it is greater than or equal to, that switched into less than or equal to. So that's how the switching will be if you multiply or divide by a negative number. See? Okay. So dividing by a negative means switch the sign. Look at the example there. Negative 7x. We divide both sides by -7. See what happened to the symbol? It switched into greater than, from less than to greater than. So please do not forget how we switch the inequalities when we divide the both side of the linear inequalities or both sides of the inequalities by a negative. So there will be a switch of the sign of your linear inequalities. So another thing also that we need to remember, of course, in here, you will graph your solutions. So in this case, since our solution is x is greater than negative 3 is not included. That's why we have the open circle and it's greater than, so going to the right. So that's it. So that's how we graph. Of course, that's how we graph the solutions rather of your inequality. So they differ in equation because in equation there is only one solution, but in here the solution for the linear inequalities are set. So we call it solution set. So now let's proceed to the next. So, special case about switching the signs. I want you to remember when solving inequalities, if you multiply or divide by a negative, you must switch the signs. Again, we can only apply this one when you multiply or divide by a negative. So from less than, it becomes greater than. So from here in this symbol to this one, greater than becomes less than. So greater than becomes less than. Less than or equal to becomes greater than or equal to, as you can see. And greater than or equal to becomes less than or equal to from this one going here. So I want you to remember the switching of the signs of inequalities when we divide or multiply by a negative. Again, we can only apply this one when we multiply or divide by a negative. Okay, so I hope you can follow. So next, we have now applying the division property for inequalities by dividing by a negative number. So we have the given negative 5x less than 20. That gives you dividing both sides by negative. Again, dividing both sides of the inequalities by negative 5. So the symbol of less than becomes greater than, correct? So our answer is x greater than negative 4. So same if multiplying, let's see later. Notice that the sign changed from less than, it turns into greater than. Next, multiplication property for inequalities. So when you multiply by a negative number, as you can see in the given, negative x over 5 greater than 2. So what will we do in here? We multiply both sides by negative 5, both sides of the inequalities, and that turns into negative, uh, x is less than negative 10. Why less than from greater than? Because we multiply both sides of the equation by a negative. So the sign changes into less than rather. So easy, diba? So now let's proceed. Okay, so that's it. That's how we solve linear inequality. So please do not forget, it's like you are solving also the solution of linear equation, the process. I'm talking about the process, but the only different in here is like in here we have to consider about dividing and multiplying of negative numbers to our inequalities. Then the symbols will be switched or changed. Okay, so I hope you'll be able to grasp the concept. And I know that all of you have learned something for this video discussion. So see you next video discussion. I'm happy to share my knowledge about math. So I hope you'll be able also to send this one to your friends, to your classmates, so that they will also learn a lot of things about mathematics. So do not forget to subscribe after watching the video, and thank you for staying until the end of this video. So have a good day, have a great day. Always remember, math is fun.